to the foundation. Would you like to say a few?
Yeah. Minister, Mr. Sinha, Sanjeev Goenka, Sudhir Jalan, Firdos, Rekha Sethi, Rahul Bhai, Mr. Amitabh Kant, many friends including Sunil and Mr. Bhargav. Really delighted and honored to have this award from All India Management Association. And it takes me back to a time when we were a startup. And I remember 30 years ago, Mr. Kant, Startup India was the motto by which we started in 1985. And I'm glad that Startup India is back to the fore in 2015, 2016. And as I look at this history, what strikes me the most is that in our early days, when we were just 3 people and we were building our business, the desire was to really build something which would make all of us proud in India. And in 1992, I made my first trip ever to the United States. I'd never been to the US before that. And I recollect coming out at New York, Manhattan, at Wall Street, and being stunned by a huge tower of JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley. And I paused and asked a question. Hey, each of these are family names, but they were started by individuals once upon a time. Individuals are long gone, but the institutions have been built to last. And it was with this motivation, friends, that we are building our company. And I would like to believe that 30 years later, even today, we feel more like having the energy of a startup as India makes its way at a galloping speed in the future scheme of things globally. Thank you very much, and this is a matter of great honor for me, and thank you all for giving this to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kotak, and may I take the liberty of doing a rerun and invite Mr. Amitabh Kant up on the dais to receive the AIMA Public Service Excellence Award from the Honorable Minister. Mr. Amitabh Kant. We now come to the last award for today, and it gives me great pleasure to read this citation out as we go back a long way, more than 25 years. A prominent leader of India's manufacturing revolution, he is known for creating India's two-wheeler industry, which remained synonymous with his name for many decades. An icon of India's economic self-reliance, he built Bajaj Auto into a powerhouse that overcame global competition in Indian scooters market. He was also the pioneer of sourcing global technology for independent motorcycles manufacturing in India. A doyen of the extended Bajaj group, he heads a diversified conglomerate that operates in several markets, including 2-, 3-, and 4-wheeled vehicles, insurance, finance, home appliances, heavy machinery, wind energy, and special steel. A towering figure among India's industrialists, he has been a prominent face and voice of India's private sector to the government and to the world. He has influenced the strategic thinking and vision of corporate India across different generations and economic eras. In addition to leading domestic business bodies, he has also chaired the International Business Council of the World Economic Forum. A respected management leader, he served on the boards of national and global education and research institutions. He's a former chairman of the Board of Governors of Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, and he's also a member of the Global Advisory Board of Harvard Business School. He's also a member of the International Advisory Board of Brookings Institution. A socially and politically active business leader, he has served as a member of Parliament in Rajya Sabha, and he's been honored by the government with the Padma Bhushan. The All India Management Association is pleased to confer the AIMA Lifetime Achievement Award for Management 2015 on Mr. Rahul Bajaj, Chairman Bajaj Auto and Head Bajaj Group. Mr. Rahul Bajaj.
I think all of you have heard me long enough, and Sudhir had to stop me 4 times before I sat down in the morning. So I don't want to give a long speech now. But I must admit that the last hour and a half, especially that we were here, I was missing much more fun that was happening in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, I'm sure. I had got used to it for some time, and even now, whenever I'm in Delhi and the Parliament is in session, every day other than Saturday, Sunday, I'm always in Central Hall. I was there for the last 2 days. And from here, I'm going straight to the Central Hall. I think the All India Management Association, and I'm grateful to the AIMA and the jury, led by, I'm told, Shikhar Sharma, for this very prestigious award. Normally is given a Lifetime Achievement Award to people in their 60s. You know, 40 and 50-year-olds, if they are given a Lifetime Achievement Award, they will say, "Abhi hum retire nahi hue hain bhaiya, humko abhi se kya ko retire kar rahe ho?" And I'm a very, very young 77 years old, so अब हमारे को देकर के क्या अचीव हो रहा है, I don't know. But I'm very grateful. But I don't think it's given for building Bajaj Auto. I have a lot of friends here, and otherwise, and Kero Bhargav will be the first. Is he here still or gone? Oh, there he is. And some of my relatives are here. Very Shekhar sitting, my brother. Yeah. So I think they have given it, if I may put it this way, that building to bahuton ne kiya hai, but you see, you are the owner, you are the chairman, and I'm very humble, as I said earlier, but I was supposed to be very aggressive, and God knows what all. Such a person never delegates, never retires, and never gives the reins of the company or the group to anybody else, and especially not to his 2 sons. I mean, it's impossible. So I think from the year 2005, if not a little earlier, I believe that the most successful thing I've done in my life is a very seamless, gradual transition of power to the younger generation. I don't think, if I may say so, if you take the top 100 groups in the country, that there are not too many other groups which have had, in the natural sense, such a smooth succession from one generation to the other, Rajiv and Sanjeev. Now, I mean, this is debatable whether I handed over to them or whether both of them combined together and snatched it from me and kicked me upstairs. But I think that's the reason, I think, for which AIMA and some others have given me this award. Thank you, AIMA. Thank you, the jury. And thank you, Mr. Sinha, of course, Sudhir, Sanjeev, Firdos, and Rekha, whom I don't know her from AIMA days. She was not doing such a good job when she was in CII, but I know CII a little bit. Thank you very much.
It now gives me great pleasure to request the Honorable Minister to address us.
Distinguished colleagues on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, I want to thank you all very much for giving me an opportunity to speak to you at, I think, a very opportune time. Opportune because it gives me tremendous pleasure and really is a privilege and an honor for me to be able to hand out awards to such outstanding and deserving winners. So I really, really want to congratulate them for all of their accomplishments and everything that they have done for Indian and global business. So I think it's just a great, great occasion for me to be able to do this little service here for you all. The second reason why I think it's so opportune to be here, to be able to speak to you all, is because we have just had a chance to present the union budget, and I can speak to you a little bit about that as to how we thought about it and what I think some of the more notable aspects of the union budget is. But before I speak about that, I want to just speak a little bit, because it's so fresh in my mind right now, about what we just witnessed in Parliament. Last evening, we had a number of speakers, including the Congress Vice President, speak in Parliament. And then we had the Honorable Prime Minister speak in Parliament on the motion and thanks for the President's speech. And I share something with the Honorable Prime Minister. I share something with him. And what I share with him is that I'm also a first-time member of Parliament, a first-time member of the Lok Sabha. And so what he spoke about today when he started his speech about being a first-time member and how Parliament itself can function better, as Rahul ji knows, was something that I really, really appreciated. And watching Parliament function yesterday and today, sitting in the House for as long as I did in the last couple of days, I really admire and value what our founding fathers have done, is to give an opportunity for everyone, as the Honorable Prime Minister spoke today, and the Honorable President said in his speech, is to give all of us as citizens of India a venue, a platform, a forum to be able to debate and discuss and decide, not to disrupt. And to see that Parliament function, to see the cut and parry and thrust of a parliamentary debate, to see the use of humor and telling anecdote, I think elevates what all of us are doing. All of us in government, but certainly all of us as citizens as well. Because if these very important institutions that are vital for the progress of this country can function as well as they can, it really gives us great hope and optimism for the future. And it is in fact our moral responsibility, because we have a great trust and a great responsibility that the people of India have bestowed on us. And it is very important for us to be able to fulfill that responsibility. And I think the Honorable Prime Minister really, really said it extraordinarily well today. If you all have a chance, I'll really implore you to watch his speech on YouTube, because it was remarkable, not just in terms of just what he did in Parliament and the manner in which he communicated, the manner in which he held us all spellbound, which of course he did, but also in the messages and what he was saying and the manner in which he said it. I think as we see the headlines on TV and in the newspaper, sometimes we get carried away with just the day-to-day headlines and the day-to-day discourse, if you will. But it's really important to be able to step back also and really understand what is it that we're trying to accomplish, what is the very important nation-building task in front of us. And if we fail in that, particularly at this time in our nation's history, a profound moment when we do have a majority in the Lok Sabha, when the challenges in front of us are so important, then I don't think history or the people of India will forgive us. So I would really implore you all to see his speech on YouTube, because it's quite remarkable in terms of the messages that he brought forward. Let me turn now to the budget. And as far as the budget is concerned, I'll speak about two aspects of it, and then if we have time, I'm happy to take a few questions if you would like to ask them. I want to first of all talk about what was the balance that we, I think, were able to strike quite well in this budget. And then I want to talk about three aspects of the budget that I think are truly notable. And because I am, in fact, a student of economic history, and I have been following these budgets for both personal as well as professional reasons for 25 years or more, I've had a chance to read budget speeches multiple times. I've read all of them multiple times. So I have a little bit of context and perspective on those as well. So I want to just say in that sweep of history, what are the two or three things I think that this budget will hopefully be remembered for once the noise dies down? But first, let me tell you a little bit about what was the balance that we were trying to achieve in this budget. There was a very important balance that we had to strike between what all of us call Bharat and what all of us call India. Between Bharat and India, the informal rural economy, where the majority of our population is, where the poverty and the destitution and the hopelessness is for many of our people. That is Bharat. And then we have a modern, globalized 21st century economy as well. And we really have to be able to not just provide support and growth for both these two sides of the economy, we also have to build a bridge between these two economies as well. And so that was a very important balance for us to strike between being pro-poor and being pro-markets as well. That was a very important balance that we had to strike. The very other important balance that we had to maintain was the balance between fiscal prudence on the one hand, fiscal consolidation on the one hand, and growth on the other hand. And again, there